Good evening again, ladies and gentlemen. My name is James with the Helm of Brilliance, and I'm here again to bring you a stream recap. Today, with the special help of user Zeldamaster, we went through and we did two things. We made the first draft of the playable Flame-Kin Elves sub-race, and we delved into Flame-Kin culture a little bit. First off, the playable race. So, the ability score increase. Their strength increases by 1. Flame-Kin weapon training. You have proficiency in great swords, long swords, short swords, and glaives. We wanted to retain the weapon training aspect that all of the other elven sub-races get, but we wanted it to be distinct. Similar with choosing strength as our ability score increase, we wanted this race of elves to be very martial. And so we expanded on the sword options that the other elf options get, and gave them access to great swords, as well as glaives, with them being thematically similar. We then went through and gave them what I'm calling flickering tactics, flavor-wise for them, but it's the commanding strike from the Battlemaster fighter. When you take the attack action on your turn, you can forego one of your attacks and use a bonus action to direct one of your companions to strike. When you do, choose a friendly creature who can see or hear you. That creature can immediately use its reaction to make one weapon attack. Once you use this ability, you must finish a short or long rest before you can use it again. So this plays up the martial aspect of them, but also plays up the pack tactic roving group. The combat for a Flame-Kin elf is you fight with the same people you tend to fight with your entire life, your clan. And with that comes a familiarity. You're familiar in how you approach contact or combat with your clan. And with that, you're able to kind of command your allies in combat. The final bit is burning bitterness. The Flame-Kin elves have an eternal grudge against all Fey creatures, including their other elven brethren and sistren. You gain a 2+ bonus to damage rolls with weapon attacks against elves or Fey. Additionally, you have advantage on wisdom survival checks, as well as intelligence checks to recall information about them. Now this is to go through and demonstrate that eternal grudge that they have against Fey creatures. It also helps, again, differentiate them from the remaining elven sub-races. This is very much in line with who they are and what they do as a culture. And on that, as I had mentioned before, we delved into some new cultural developments we have for them. The first thing we looked at was their clergy. The their religious ideal of the Flame-Kin elves is that eventually, through their efforts, the world will be consumed by the Emberglade. The elders of the Flame-Kin elves, their clergy, are a group of rangers who have gone through and initiated similar profane magical rites as their progenitor Skamos did. Through going through this rite, they transform their bodies to petrified wood and become members of the Cinderglade, even assuming the ability to transform into large, burning treants. As an elder of this clergy approaches the end of their life, they seek out a wild spot, somewhere far from the Cinderglade. Then, with their clan, they travel to lay their roots for the final time in this unspoiled parcel of land. With hope, their root taking goes unnoticed, and over time, as the clergyman dies, their burning tree body gives life to a new part of the Emberglade. Their belief is once this has happened enough and their whole world, the whole material plane is covered by these trees, their goddess, Ferama de Sini, the Fey goddess of entropy and fire, will be able to break through and manifest onto the material plane, raising the material plane to ash. From that ash, they believed that pure, unspoiled, uninfluenced growth will then be able to take place and life can progress as it was meant to. In addition, we talked about how Flame-Kin culture magic is, especially arcane magic, is taboo. If you are in their culture, the closest you will come to a spellcaster is if you were to join their clergy and gain access to very, very limited nature magics that are overlooked in their affront to magic. What really ires them is the arcane, that is seen as a blasphemous acknowledgement of their own fey nature. Anybody who has a natural inclination towards magic is either forced to hide it eternally or flee. I think that as we develop our world, we can come across some very awesome character examples where we build characters who have fallen into both of those fates. That is the majority of what we came up with on this most recent stream. If you like what you hear and this has sprouted some ideas in you, please let me know in the comments. Additionally, you can reach out to me on my subreddit, The Helm of Brilliance, and work with us on our endeavors there. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope you keep creating.